If you want to find out how to make these, please stay tuned and watch this. Oh God. Right then guys, never made a cooking video before, so bear with me. We're going to be making Kentucky Fried Rabbit. And to make this, you're going to need 2 eggs, some plain flour, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, paprika, cumin, turmeric, flour, breadcrumb, and of course, lots of rabbit. Right, now I always usually do this kind of stuff by feel, but I'm going to try and measure it all out in a spoon, a teaspoon, so that you can get your measurements somewhere thereabouts. I've got 3 slices of 50-50 bread blended up into breadcrumb. This is probably going to do about 2 rabbits. So we've got 3 slices of breadcrumb there. Like I say, I'm going to try and do this with a teaspoon and guess it. I've got some black pepper here, ground black pepper here. I reckon we're going to need about, let's have a look, about 3/4 teaspoon of that. About a teaspoon salt. The cayenne pepper, I'm really not sure on, to be honest, because I let me just shake it in, but I would think about a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more, teaspoon and a half cayenne. Depends how spicy you like it, I guess. Paprika, we're going to go about, I'd say again, about a teaspoon. Then we've got cumin. You don't want to go too much with the cumin because you don't want to give it like a curry type flavour. So only sort of half a teaspoon of that really. Let's get a little bit more of a shake there. So about half a teaspoon of cumin. You can titrate these to obviously your own tastes or whatever, but you know, it's there or thereabouts. And we've got turmeric. And we want about, again, half a teaspoon, 3/4 teaspoon of turmeric. So once we've got all them together, I'm going to add a little bit of flour to this breadcrumb, just to help it bind a bit and give it a bit more finer texture in places. So just add a couple of teaspoons of flour to it as well. And then mix all that in. Give it a good mix. Make sure obviously all evenly distributed. Right, that's all mixed in nicely. Next, we've got our 2 eggs in here, which have already been broken, obviously, and then beaten. Should be able to see that there. So just 2 beaten eggs. What we're going to do is get our rabbit, which obviously would have been nicely jointed up. Get our rabbit, put it in the flour. Give it a good douse of flour. Shake it off, get the worst of it off. I'll probably do this the other way around actually. Let's put the breadcrumb that side. Egg that side, breadcrumb that side. Then with the flour bit of rabbit, we're going to go into the egg, getting a good coat on it. So the flour will help the egg stick to the rabbit. And then we're going to get it into the breadcrumb. Cover it completely in the breadcrumb, pat it down, get a good amount on it. So you get a good solid amount in there. Pat it on, get it on. Don't be afraid to get it on there. And that's it. That's our first one. Crumbed. Right, so we get the next bit done. We're going to go into the flour. Into the egg. And then again into the breadcrumb. And when I'm cooking these, what I'm going to try and do is cook them all the similar size pieces together. So if I had complete rabbits, I obviously wouldn't be able to cook 2 rabbits at once, full rabbits in the oil. So what I'd do is I'd look to do the thicker parts together. So I'd do the back legs together with the back, and then the 4 front legs, if I was doing 2 rabbits, I'd do them together. So that the thickness of the meat is obviously cooking at the same time. You don't want to put a thin front leg in with a thick back leg, and obviously have different cooking times, because the thin leg front leg will take less time than the thick back leg. So right, I want to get the rest of these done, and then we'll get to frying them. Right, so I'm going to add my sunflower oil. I've used this oil before, you can reuse it obviously. I'm going to add my sunflower oil to my pan. you want about a litre of it. Obviously it will go down every time you use it because it will get soaked up. But about a litre of sunflower oil. You can use vegetable oil, or you can even use lard if you want. I've gone with sunflower oil. I did try using lard, but I didn't have any lard at the shop last time. So I'm going to get that on and get that heated up. I don't have a deep fat fryer, so I just use a pan. I don't have a thermometer either, but one way you can tell when the temperature's coming up on the oil to the right amount is you put a wooden spoon in. If you see a load of bubbles coming around the wooden spoon like that, then your oil's pretty much ready to go. Right, so let's get these first pieces in. Right, that's bubbling and crackling and heating away there nicely. We're going to give the back legs and back around about 15 minutes. That's going to obviously cook it right through and give it a nice golden brown crispy texture on the outside. Obviously keep an eye on the temperature and titrate it, you know, turn it down if you need to a little bit, but that's bubbling away nicely. After they've cooked for 15 minutes, I'm going to take them off and then drain them for 5 minutes. And obviously while that's happening, I'll be cooking the rest of them. They retain their temperature really well, so don't worry about them going cold while they're bits of cooking, because they won't. Spit them in a bit there, turn it down a little bit. As you can see, these have been in just over 5 minutes now, and they're coming up a real lovely golden brown. They're crispy, and obviously they just need to cook through a bit more, but they're looking great. So I'm just about to take these first pieces out and put them out the drain. They are looking great. And the drain is a really important part. You want to give them at least 5-10 minutes to drain off. And let's get these two front legs in. I'm obviously not going to make you sit through cooking the whole 6 rabbits, so I'm just cooking 1 rabbit off to show you. Right, so I'll take these rabbits out of the drain now. They've had about 10 minutes. I'm going to give them another 5 or 10 minutes to drain on the drainer, and then we're going to get stuck in. They look awesome. Right, these have had their time resting. Look at that. Let's get stuck into one of these legs, eh? Oh God. Honestly, you cannot believe this. I hope I'm getting this in the right place. These rabbits are about half grown. That is so tender, so juicy. I hope I am getting this in the right spot on the camera, because that is unreal. It's not tough, it's crispy, the flavour is insane. Honestly, you've got to try this. I'm not talking rubbish. Look at that. It's coming off the bone. Awesome. So good. Right, I'm going to leave this here and I'm going to get stuck into the rest of this. Please guys and girls, try it. It's fantastic. Right.